Do you want to improve your English and grow stronger inside at the same time? This is not just a story. This is your listening practice, your vocabulary practice, your confidence practice. In today's episode, you will hear simple English, clear sentences, real emotions. This is the story of Daniel. He was not strong. He was not confident. He did not believe in himself. But he made one decision, and that decision changed everything. Listen carefully, learn new phrases, and follow his journey from the bottom to strength. From zero to strength. Episode 7. He started from the bottom. Chapter 1. The lowest point. Daniel was 26 years old. He lived in a small apartment in an old building. The walls were thin. The floor made noise when he walked. The kitchen was cold in winter. Every morning he woke up and looked at the ceiling. He felt tired, not only in his body, in his mind. He worked at a small grocery store. He carried boxes. He cleaned the floor. He helped customers. It was honest work, but it was not his dream. When Daniel was younger, he wanted to become a firefighter. He wanted to help people. He wanted to feel strong and useful. But life was not easy. His family did not have much money. After high school, he had to work. His dream slowly became quiet. Years passed. One evening, he came home after work. He sat at the kitchen table. The light was weak. The room was silent. He looked at his hands. They were rough and tired. "Is this my life?" he asked himself. He opened social media. He saw old classmates, good jobs, smiling faces, travel photos. He felt small. He felt behind. He felt like he started from the bottom and stayed there. That night, he could not sleep. He remembered walking past the fire station near his home. Every time he saw it, something moved inside him. A small fire. The next morning, his alarm rang at 6:30. He turned it off. Then he sat up slowly. "What if I try again?" he whispered. He stood up. He put on old running shoes. Outside it was cold. The sky was gray. He started to run. After 2 minutes, he was tired. After 5 minutes, he wanted to stop. After 10 minutes, he almost quit. But he did not. When he came home, he was not strong, but he felt proud. It was a small step. That evening, he searched online how to become a firefighter at 26. The process looked hard. Physical tests, written exams, interviews. Daniel felt fear, but he also felt hope. He was at the bottom. But now he was looking up. Chapter 2. The Hard Climb. Daniel understood something important. Dreams do not work by themselves. You must work for them. The next morning, he woke up at 5:30, not 6:30. It was dark. His body felt heavy. "I'm tired," he said quietly. But he stood up anyway. This is an important phrase for your English. He stood up anyway. It means he did it even when it was hard. Daniel started running every morning. At first, he could only run for 10 minutes, then 15, then 20. His legs hurt. His chest burned. Sometimes it was raining. Sometimes it was very cold. Some mornings he wanted to stay in bed. One morning he even turned off the alarm and closed his eyes again. 5 minutes passed. Then he sat up quickly. "No," he said, "not today." This is another useful phrase, "not today." It means you refuse to quit. After work at the grocery store, Daniel started going to a small gym. It was not modern, the equipment was old, but it was enough. He did push-ups, he lifted weights, he practiced carrying heavy objects. At first, he felt weak. Other men looked stronger, faster. He compared himself to them, and he felt small again. One evening, he dropped a weight. It hit the floor loudly. People looked at him. His face became red. He wanted to leave. "I'm not good enough," he thought. That is a common sentence in English. I'm not good enough. Maybe you have felt this too. But Daniel stayed. An older man in the gym walked toward him. "You training for something?" the man asked. "Yes," Daniel answered. "I want to become a firefighter." The man smiled. "I was a firefighter for 30 years. Daniel looked surprised. "When I started," the man said, "I was not the strongest, but I did not quit." Did not quit. Very important phrase. Daniel listened carefully. Strength is not only in your body, it is in your mind. From that day, the older man helped him sometimes. He showed him how to lift safely, how to breathe correctly, how to stay calm. Weeks passed. Daniel became stronger. His back was straight. His steps were firm. But the biggest change was inside him. He stopped saying, "I can't." He started saying, "I will try." This is powerful English. I will try. One evening, Daniel signed up for the firefighter entrance exam. His hands were shaking when he pressed the final button. Now it was real. The test was in 2 months. 2 months of hard work. He worked during the day, he trained in the evening, he studied at night. He was tired, very tired. One day at work, a customer shouted at him for something small. Daniel felt angry. He wanted to shout back, but he stayed calm. Firefighters must stay calm in chaos. That night, he studied fire safety rules. His eyes were heavy. He almost fell asleep at the table. "I started from the bottom," he told himself, "and I am still climbing." The test day arrived. There were many candidates, strong men, serious faces. Daniel felt nervous. The first task was carrying heavy equipment upstairs. His heart beat fast. "Don't stop," he told himself. He moved step by step. The next task was dragging a heavy dummy across the floor. His arms were shaking, his breath was loud. For a moment, everything felt blurry. He wanted to quit. But he remembered the mornings in the cold. He remembered saying, "Not today." He tightened his grip, and he finished. When it was over, he sat on the ground. Sweat covered his face. His body hurt. He did not know the results yet, but he knew something important. He was not the same man anymore. He was no longer just a man at the bottom. He was climbing, and he was not going to stop. Chapter 3. The Turning Point. The week after the test felt very long. Daniel checked his phone many times a day. He checked his email again and again. Nothing. He went to work. He smiled at customers. He carried boxes. But inside, he felt nervous. What if I failed? What if I am not strong enough? These are useful English questions. What if I failed? What if I am not good enough? Maybe you have asked these questions too. One evening, Daniel was sitting in his small apartment. The room was quiet. The light was soft. His phone rang. Unknown number. His heart started beating fast. He answered. "Hello, this is Daniel." "Hello, Daniel. This is Captain Harris from the city fire department." Daniel stood up immediately. "Yes, sir. We are calling about your physical and written test." There was a short silence. "You passed." Daniel closed his eyes. He did not speak for a moment. "You passed," the captain repeated. "The next step is the interview." "Thank you, sir," Daniel said. His voice was quiet but full of emotion. After the call ended, he stood in the middle of his apartment. He looked around. The same old walls, the same small kitchen, the same thin mattress, but everything felt different, because he was different. He picked up his phone and said softly, "I did not quit." That is an important sentence for your English and for your life. I did not quit. The interview day came. Daniel wore a simple, clean suit. He looked at himself in the mirror. He did not see the weak man from before. He saw someone serious, focused, ready. During the interview, one officer asked, "Why do you want to become a firefighter?" Daniel took a deep breath. "Because I know how it feels to feel small," he said, "and I want to be strong enough to help people when they feel afraid." The room was quiet. Another officer asked, "Tell us about a time you wanted to quit." Daniel smiled slightly. "Many times," he answered honestly, "but I learned something. The difference between failure and success is often one more step." One more step. Remember this phrase. A few weeks later, his phone rang again. "Daniel," Captain Harris said, "welcome to the department." Daniel felt tears in his eyes. "Thank you, sir," he said again. Training was hard, very hard. Early mornings, heavy equipment, long days, strict instructors. Daniel made mistakes. He fell during drills. He forgot small details, but he never stopped trying. One day, during a practice emergency, he helped carry a heavy hose. The instructor looked at him and said, "Good work." It was simple, but to Daniel it meant everything. Months later, he stood in front of the fire station in his official uniform for the first time. The sun was rising. The sky was golden. He remembered the mornings when he ran in the cold. He remembered the nights when he felt small. He remembered saying, "Not today." Now he stood tall. He was not perfect. He was not the strongest, but he was brave enough to start, and that changed his life. If he could speak to the old version of himself, he would say, "You are not weak. You are just at the beginning." Daniel started from the bottom, but he did not stay there. He climbed, step by step, day by day, and now he believed in himself. Did you enjoy this episode? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check the full playlist to watch the whole series and improve your English.